talked about your relationship with the Dodgers and the media and how well it's been. And obviously, we all saw you go back to Philadelphia recently to, out there, and they love you out there. And, I mean, Dodger fans really love you out here, too. Why do you think that you resonate so well with fan bases and players and media, and, why you're pretty much adored everywhere you've been that you played for, obviously not in New York?
That's a good question. I can't really put my finger on it. I feel like I've been pretty fortunate and lucky that I've had a lot of fan support over the years. I think playing in Philadelphia, that the East Coast environment, the grittiness, the blue collarness, I think I portrayed that as a player. So I think that's why the fan base and I kind of connected in Philadelphia. And then coming out here in LA, I credit a lot of my teammates having support for what I brought to the table essentially, and I think that probably helps.
I foresee at some point in time your name coming up for a Hall of Fame induction. What hat would you wear?
Well, you're getting way too far ahead of me.
Believe me, people are going to want to know this, but I understand that most of your awards were with Philly.
Yeah, I mean, I spent
most of your life there.
Yeah, 80% of my career was in Philadelphia. That's where it all started, and that's where I had a championship, a bunch of all-star teams, Silver Sluggers. So I think that should probably answer the question for you. But
yeah, there's still a lot of bitter fans in LA about the Mike Piazza thing.
Right. So, but again,
that makes sense. That certainly makes sense.
That I'd like to have that conversation at a later date. But I've never played baseball for the statistics. I didn't play to try to make all-star teams or essentially the Hall of Fame. It's a great conversation to have. I'm pretty proud of what I was able to accomplish over the years and the teams that we're on. But it's not something that I'm really focused on, to be honest.
It's going to come up.
You guys want to do one more?
Yeah, I had a question about analytics. Sorry.
No worries. You got it? You ready?
Yeah. When you broke in, it was kind of before the analytics wave hit, and then whereas now, like, it's kind of everything is relying on analytics. So, like, when kind of in the latter stages of your playing career, how much did you incorporate analytics, and how much did you?
That's a great question. You're absolutely right. Coming up in Philadelphia, there weren't a lot of analytics, or at least they weren't portrayed that way.
Right.
And then making the transition over here, it was just a different animal. How much information they gathered and gave to the players, and I wasn't against it. I wasn't for it. I was kind of all ears when I came over here because Andrew and his crew have been successful for a number of years. So I was open-minded about it, and the more I listened, the more I tried to retain the information, the more I realized it is beneficial. And not every situation is perfect, but the more data they can gather, the more information they can kind of give back to players, I think it leads to winning more games. Though the downside to that is, as a young player, you come up. For myself, I learned how to position myself defensively. There was kind of an area, all right, you're going to play this guy straight up, you're going to play this guy pull, or you're going to play this guy, minus pull. Now, those are three kind of areas. Now there's like 6 different positions for an infielder. And I was essentially taught to read a swing, kind of put myself in the hitter's mind, kind of have an idea what the pitcher's going to throw, and I would position myself accordingly there. I think having some of this information and giving it to the guys doesn't allow them to adapt and think on their own as much, but it's really up to the player to try to take that information in, but still have the ability to use his common sense and feel.
Chase, given just kind of you played so closely with Corey first couple of years of his career, what's it been like for you just to see him come all the way back from that Tommy John surgery and then the way he was playing right before the hamstring thing? What was that like for you?
Corey's a pretty special talent. I think we all can agree with that. And last year, I mean, I can't even imagine mentally what he went through. I can imagine physically. I had hip surgery as well a number of years ago, but then to add a Tommy John to that, the amount of dedication and just time he needed to put into get those back to full strength is a lot. It's a lot to ask of anyone. But clearly, he put in the time, he put in the effort, he changed his diet a bit, and I imagine you guys have seen him lately. He looks great. He looks like he's only 24, but he looks like he's lost a few years. So I'm pretty proud of what he has been able to accomplish. And we were locker mates, and he would always pick my brain. Some baseball stuff, but I would say probably maybe more away from the field stuff that we would talk about all the time. And he likes to retain that information. He likes just to feel comfortable with the decisions that he makes. So I'm pretty proud and happy about how he's been able to progress. Right now he's down, but from everything I've heard, I talked to him recently, he's feeling way better than he probably should. So I might call him, tell him to slow down a little bit. But he's young, he's eager, he's super talented, and health is important for him. If he can stay healthy, he's going to play for a long, long time.
What about your other son, Kiké?
Kiké. Yeah, we've probably had some more conversations over the past year than about baseball and away from the field stuff. And I think we all know how much of a personality Kiké is. He keeps it light, he keeps it fun, especially during the long season. You need that type of guy in your team to kind of break the ice, especially in tough times. They haven't had a whole lot of tough times yet this year, but at some point they may, just because it's only natural. So having a guy like that can be helpful. And he's extremely talented as well, and his ability to play all over the field is something that the Dodgers value. And really baseball now is starting to value guys like that can play a number of different positions and not skip a beat, defensively, offensively, strong bats, strong hands. The more he plays, the more confidence he gets, the better